using four formulas like sine x plus y, which is sine x cosine y plus cosine x sine y. So sine formulas giving sine cosine together. When you have cosine x plus y, that gives alternate sine, and cosine cosine together, sine sine together. And then when I have negative, so this plus sign will be minus sign here, and it will be alternate. Just like when you have a plus, you have a minus, then you have a plus. We are using the first one, sine pi by 6 plus x. We can compare with the first formula. So x is pi by 6 and y is actually x. So this one will be sine pi over 6 cosine x plus cosine pi over 6 sine x. Sine pi by 6 is actually sine 30 degree, which is 1/2, and then you have cosine x. Cosine pi by 6, which is cosine 30 degree, is radical 3/2 sine x. So we are done for this part. Now we go to the second one. We have cosine x minus pi, which is formula here. So cosine x cosine y plus sine x sine y. Now we know cosine pi is -1, so you just get cosine x, and then sine pi is 0, so that's why that term is 0. So our answer is negative cosine x. We could do this one other way too, like if you think that your x is here and then pi minus, so x minus pi, so x minus pi is actually going like, so negative direction. You can go from here is negative pi, so negative pi from here to here, and then plus x will go here. So this will be in the third quadrant. Cosine is negative, so we can ignore that one, and cosine negative we can see here. We're taking our third question. Sine x plus y will follow the first one. You can write sine pi by 2 cosine x plus cosine pi by 2 sine x, and we know sine pi by 2 is 1 times cosine x, cosine pi by 2 is 0 times sine x, so you get cosine x. So we have proved that sine pi by 2 plus x is cosine x. Now we are taking sine pi by 2 minus x. It will go with the negative formula here, sine x minus y. This is sine pi by 2 cosine x minus cosine pi by 2 sine x, and you know sine pi by 2 is 1, cosine pi by 2 is 0, so then you get just cosine x minus 0. So this one gone, just say cosine x. So we have seen pi by 2 plus x or pi by 2 minus x. So pi by 2 plus x goes in the second quadrant, and pi by 2 minus x goes in the first quadrant. So that's why both the places sign is positive. So we transfer sine pi by 2 minus x to cosine x with the help of also complementary angles. Now we'll take another one, cosine pi by 6 plus x plus sine pi by 3 plus x, and we see what we end up with. So we have cosine pi by 6 plus x, sine pi by 3 plus x. We'll be using this one for cosine and that one for sine. So you got here cosine pi by 6 cosine x minus sine pi by 6 sine x plus, now the second one, sine x plus y will follow this one. So you get sine pi by 3 cosine x plus cosine pi by 3 sine x. Now we need to remember very important result we have seen before, that sine pi by 3 and cosine pi by 6 has the same value, and then cosine pi by 3 and sine pi by 6 has same value, because pi by 3 and pi by 6 are complementary angles, 30 degree and 60 degree. So when I have that, I can say sine pi by 3 cosine pi by 6. So sine pi by 3 cosine pi by 6, they are same. So then you have cosine x there, and then you have sine pi by 6 in here, cosine pi by 3, so they are same. So you have a sine x negative and sine x positive, so they cancel out here. And cosine pi by 6, sine pi by 3 have the same value. Cosine pi by 6, sine pi by 3 is radical 3 over 2. So I can write here radical 3 over 2 cosine x, and then plus this one also giving me radical 3 over 2 cosine x. Now if we add them together, you get radical 3 cosine x, and we are done.